Hi there, we're back with the Citroen C3 Pacasso again, and what it is this time is we've been having a really horrible sort of well, how can I put it, just a horrible smell in the car, and it's definitely water getting in here somehow. And I thought I'd do a little video because it, just in case anyone else is having a similar issue. And I could sort of even hear it swishing about at one point, when we'd had heavy rain. And the car is starting to smell inside, so obviously the carpets and the upholstery must be getting a bit damp. So it's something that needs sorting out, and I think I've managed to suss out what the issue is. The water that comes down from the screen obviously goes down behind the bulkhead here. Let me see if I can swish back there. And it's supposed to drain away obviously, but those drain holes I think are blocked. So I'm just trying to get right in there. So I'll back up again, so I'm just going in below the wiper there. And all that area there was full of water, and I just managed to stick my finger and pull out some sort of gunky stuff, and it seems to have gone down. And you can see it's just trickling out to the bottom of the car there. So my plan is to use some of this wire, and I'm just going to force it through and see if we get those tubes unblocked. But the bad news is I think the only way to get to this one on this side is I got to take all this out, which involves taking the wipers off as well and messing about. So I'll have a little bash at that, and then we'll see if we can solve the issue. Right, so what I've used is I think it's like 10mm sort of domestic earthing wire, just for houses. And I've forced it as far as it will go, and which is still going a little bit further. And I'm just going to pull that back out. It looks quite. And then I'm just going to pour some water down there and see if it flows out, and then hopefully it's quite a bit of muck. I'm literally just going to pour it in there. It sounds good. So now if we have a look here, that's pouring out lovely, that is. So, and it's not holding any water at all now, so let's come back here. So it's a very simple maintenance job anyone can do, just to make sure that it's right in the corner, that bulkhead area there, you keep the drain tubes clear, because that's basically, it's caused the car to smell quite horrible, to be honest, and we could hear it for a little while and I couldn't quite suss it out. So I'm going to have to do the same now. I'll get that off, and then we'll have a look at the other side then. Okay, I'm going to just try to be some might call it lazy, but I'm going to just see if I can do all this without taking all this plastic covering off. I'm just going to stick the wire in there. I don't know if that's a plug or if it's... No, this is silly, this is. I think we're just going to have to take it out, I think. Do it properly, I think. No, a waste of time, we'll take it all off. Right, we've got the plastic cover off there. And if we come in here, we can have a close look in. And there's one of the drain tubes there. Right, so let's see if I get my hand in there. Alright, and if we have a look in there. Oh, that looks, does it just come out? Oh, there we go. That just comes out. Oh, there we go. I didn't know that. We could take that out, and that's obviously all just bunged up there. So we'll take that out. Have a look. And this obviously is what needs to be cleaned. So let's take it here. I can have a look. There we go. So we got all that muck in there. That's obviously stopping all that water from the bulkhead area draining out then. So it's just a simple little sort of basic sort of a one-way valve. It's quite rubbish really. I wouldn't expect that, but there's quite a lot of dirt in there, so and what I'll do as well, I'll pour some water directly down into it and just make sure that it's not blocked. Right, we've got our plastic cover off. We can have a really good look in here now. So basically there's 3 drain holes. There's 2 that side, 1 right in that sort of deepest point, and there's just 1 at this corner here. So it's a really simple job, just make sure they're all clear. That's the one I've just cleared now. So if we pour some water down there, we'll check if it's all clear. So, well, there's hardly any water in this can, but let's see if we can get it. So if you film down there, we'll see if some water comes out now. There we go, you can see it trickling out at the bottom there. So that's doing its job perfectly now. So that's a little worthwhile job doing if you've got this particular model car or any model car. And while it's off here, I'll just make sure there's no debris left inside as well. So just to make sure it doesn't block up again. So it'll just be a matter of put it all back together, and then hopefully we've solved the issue of water leaking into the cabin. So it obviously gets very full, and it can make its way into the cabin once it gets over a certain level. And I noticed we've got like the air conditioning filter and things like that. So there's a possibility it probably makes its way in through there, I suspect. So yeah, that was a simple video on just if you suffering with such an issue as water getting into a cabin, especially a Citroen C3 Pacasso, just give that a little try, and hopefully that will solve it for you. But I've had a good look at all the rest of the car, the boot and everything else, and it all seems watertight and all the seals seem okay. So that's a very simple thing to do. Okay. I hope you liked, and don't forget to always subscribe and like the videos, and as usual there'll always be plenty more to come fairly soon. Okay, thanks.